Welcome to another episode of the Metal Roundup. We'll be catching up on what's been going on in metal news in the last week or so. It's just the three musketeers, ourselves here. It's interesting stuff we want to get to. There was a massive moment in the Miss World Chile competition where one of the beauties there was doing scream vocals, which I've not seen the full video. Drew's not seen the full video. Burb has, but that's an interesting point of conversation we're going to have about that and what that might mean for the metal scene. Also, Poppy's released a new song. There's a new artist called Asava that everyone's been saying got to check out. I finally listened to them this week, so we can talk a little bit about that. Jutes is releasing something that I think Drew wants to chat about. A couple big releases tomorrow to chat about, and I got some stories from my last week. So let's get into it. Let's chat metal and stuff, lads.
Yeah. Did you say Miss World Chile, Steve? It's not just the Miss World competition, and she's from Chile, right?
Burb, you did the video on this. What is the scoop?
It's honestly confusing because I kept calling it Miss Universe, and people were like, "It's not Miss Universe, it's Miss World." So I don't really understand the world of beauty pageants, but she won Miss World Chile. So
what is Miss World Chile though?
Because I guess from Chile.
My understanding is that now she goes into the next stage. I could be completely wrong here. Okay, do not quote me. This is only an assumption. I just assume she wins this and then moves on to the actual world, or is it the actual universe? Who knows?
I've got you.
But she won. It's a big deal, and yeah, I can't wait for you to see you guys' reaction to that.
Now we're just hoping that she wins Miss World because she's singing metal screams like that. That's everyone in the metal universe needs to get behind this person to win Miss World. So she's going on to the next round. Sick. Well, we'll get to that. Yeah. Before we get into all of that, interesting topic there. What's been going on in the last week or so for yourselves, folks, since we last chatted?
Busy. Actually, look, I'm not going to lie. Today's been not even today. It happened last night, but it's been rough lately because, I don't know if you see that.
No.
God damn. That's heartbreaking shit right there.
What happened?
No. I was
for anyone that's listening on Spotify, his phone is fucked.
Oh yeah, true. I was working out and then my phone slipped out of my pocket and I just put like a 60-pound weight down and landed on my phone and just crushed it.
You had an opportunity there to be like, and I just like gently put my arm down, but I'm so jacked now, it just shattered the screen.
I thought that was going to be like extremely. I mean, it's not great breaking your phone, but when you teed that up, I was like, this is going to be some rough news. Well, no. Your phone, you can replace the screen.
I was already playing getting the iPhone 17, and I was planning to sell this. So I don't know what $300 or $400. It's the iPhone 12, and like now I can't sell it, so I lost out on $300-400.
Well, you could sell it. Like the minerals within it, I think, are still worth something. So you might be all right.
I think they're pretty damaged, but yeah, I hear what you're saying.
If someone wants to buy Metal Burb's phone, broken, used, there you go. You can raffle it off.
Just wipe it first, Burb.
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
But what else? It's just been so busy, man. There's been a lot of music. I feel like the underground bands are absolutely crushing, which, we'll talk about Asava. I finally listened to the Save Us song. I feel like I didn't really talk about that one with you guys, but now I've heard it.
Oh, yeah.
And then also there's two artists that I've been wanting to talk about with you guys. Like I heard like 3 weeks ago, but we've been busy with other things on the pod. But He Films the Clouds is a band that I discovered, which was fucking phenomenal. Highly recommend. And then another one was Rosalia.
I've seen you mention them. I don't know.
Honestly, it's mind-blowing. Like, so it's a contemporary pop artist. She usually does like upbeat Spanish music and reggaeton. I've only heard like a sample of it. But then with her new song Bergheim, like I don't want to spoil it, but it's completely different. And people are saying this is like changing contemporary pop. And like I've seen an interview with her, and she's just like, with the rise of AI and stuff, she wants to be like, her music wants to be aggressively human. And
sick.
And her vocals are fucking crazy. I don't want to spoil it, but like I'm surprised by how much I like this song. And a lot of metalheads were commenting on my video like, hey, I'm a metalhead and I think this song is really cool too. So definitely, like, if it comes across on your radar, Rosalia is a good shout.
Cool. Good music is good music. Like exactly, Aurora is a fucking sensational artist. If you've not heard any of her stuff.
Calandra apparently is similar, right? That's what I've heard.
Also, excellent.
Yeah, very similar. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just been busy. What about you, Drew?
Yeah, I love how Steve was saying when he was teeing up the conversation about Miss Chile that we're going to have later. He's like, that'll be interesting. And he's like, but before we get into that, it's like, yeah, before we get into the interesting stuff, let's ask Drew about his week. Once again, nothing has happened. Maybe I just feel like I fall into a void every week. I feel like I'm just kind of at my computer for the majority of the fucking day. I have a very simple life. Go to the gym, come home, do some editing and shit like that, you know?
Sounds great.
Yeah, it's a nice, obviously when I'm hearing it compared to your life, Steve, I'm like, well, I'm not doing anything, you know? But I suppose it's a nice balance because you're obviously very tired with the amount you're doing.
So tired, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, I've got the Bad Omens concert to look forward to next week, so I'll have a little bit more to discuss following that in terms of like live gigs and stuff. But yeah, looking forward to that. I'm going to get there early and check out Bill Murray and The Ghost Inside as well. I'm interested to see those. But other than that, yeah, just been keeping on top of all of the new fun releases. Like Burr mentioned, there is a lot of fun underground projects that are, you know, piquing our interest. Like you mentioned with Asava, that's been one that's been really exciting to kind of delve into. I know Burb did a short form video for them and absolutely blew up. So it's been really cool. It's so cool to be somewhat a part of this like early stage of bands that in like 5 years time we could be looking at the next big band and we're just kind of living through it. So there's many opportunities or moments like that you know, you kind of, you know, it's just enjoyable to, because especially because we now have that perspective of seeing Sleep Token do it. Now we're like, there's like a lottery every time you're doing it. You're like, oh, this could be the next big band. So fun times.
It's crazy also to like help careers of these musicians too. It's honestly insane, like the exposure that this band is getting from the that's real and TikTok going viral is honestly nuts. And like kind of reminds me of Aviation's band that I loved. My reaction like made them emotional, and then it became like, you know, a snowball effect where a lot of other people were reacting to it. Eventually the band's like, oh shit, we need to write more music. So then they wrote an album, and it's just kind of crazy that like, you know, what we do, just all of it's really just us going like, woo, oh, this part's sick. But really, like the exposure that we can help
Speak for yourself.
Oh man, the Asava stuff is wild. It's funny because like I actually was telling my girlfriend, like, you know what, you see this, I'm gonna blow up this band. Like I had a mission to do it because like I showed her the clip. I'm just like, listen to this, and she's like, okay, that's pretty fucking cool. I'm like, right? And like, lo and behold, it went viral. Like it's had like 300,000 views on TikTok and stuff. And like, so
to inject some humility into this conversation, I think it might need. The point here, I think, is that the music itself is excellent. If the music itself is excellent, then the band should do well. We can accelerate that, which is a wonderful privileged position to be in, which is fucking awesome when we have the option to do that. But like ultimately, the music itself has to be good. If you're like, this is fucking sick, I love it, and it's like most people don't dig it, it's not going anywhere.
Exactly. So yeah, no, it obviously is the music, but like I just do want to mention, because like since we're on the topic of the band, like I didn't necessarily love the song when I first heard it. I had to go back to it. I'm like, I think there was something special here. And then I'm like, you know what? There is something special. So then I like fucking went at it and like listened to this fucking band.
Okay, yeah, let's chat about Asava since we're on it right now. So I heard it, and the two of you were singing its praises in thumbnails and in just like nuggets in chat, as were other people. So I, on the stream, got requested to check it out this week, and I was like, right, I'm going to fucking put to the basement my expectations of this because of all the hype around it, which was helpful to do. And I was very impressed by many moments within it. The vocals are quite exceptional in their own way. The sonic landscape is really interesting, but it's fucking weird. Like it's really surprising and odd. As a first listen, it was confusing, but then towards the end, it sort of built on itself. There's a repetition there, but it kind of worked, and it was fascinating, and it left me immediately wanting to hear it again. Which is, I think, where it's going to grow.
The Acceptance, the one with the paint all over them. Yeah, I actually, that's one of my, I won't say least favorites, but I understand that like with the visuals and everything that's tied into it, it's very artsy, so it works like from an audio visual standpoint with clips and stuff. But my favorite on the album is Save Me, I think is the name of it, or it's without the space. I don't know if they're trying to say Save Me or not, but I really like that one. But again, the main things that I've loved about the band is not the heavier stuff. That was my main critique about the album, is that it feels like they excel in this like alternative rock / pop world. It feels like that's where their mix is really, really good. And I am speculating a lot. They've been around for a couple of years, but some of their older stuff seems more post rock, post metal, with again that like acoustic blend with the, you know, elements of rock here and there, and also pop music. That seems like for years that's been their thing, and I think they're only recently delving into the world of heavier music. So to me, when the guitars and stuff come in, that's where they become less interesting. But as someone who loves heavy music, the fact that they're even dabbling in that, and this is like their kind of first project where they've fully dabbled in that world, that's really exciting to me for the future. But I don't think it's quite there yet. Like I mean, obviously myself and Burb have been raving about it, but it's not like unguided, you know, rave. I've had my critiques about it as well. It's by no means a perfect album, but it's exciting. It's just another band to look out for, you know, which is really cool, because we could be in the situation where we're just in a big rotating wheel of the same bands over and over again. But it seems like every time we jump on here every week, it's like new, really interesting band has come alive. You know, last week it was Save Us, and before that it was probably even still talking about the Villanova hype. So there's so many fun bands that are just sprouting up all over the place. It's amazing.
Yeah, I found their music, like, it's funny because like I said, it took a while for me to warm up to their music, because I heard on Twitch Confidence and Rue, and I remember thinking, oh, this is cool. They're very Deftonesy. This is cool. I like it. And then a week later, someone showed me Acceptance. I'm like, that second half of the song was really nice. I need to listen to it again. Then after my stream, I had to listen to it a few more times. I'm, this is something special here. And then even with their album, after I listened to the album, my review was like, I'm conflicted. Something about the production I'm not loving. Like, I don't know. There's things I do like about the album, and then there's things I'm like a little bit iffy on. But now I'm listening to it more and more, and it's just growing on me. But I just find like the vocalist is like outstanding. And one other thing that I think kind of makes them stand out, it sounds shallow, but the singer's a handsome fucker. And I honestly, that shit matters. Like,
unexpected twist. Go
it's
on.
true though.
Yeah.
It's true, that shit matters when for these bands, especially blowing up. Look at Bad Omens with Noah Sebastian, how girls like absolutely crush over him, and then Vessel. Right, I think this is something that we don't really talk about
Vessel's
often.
face.
It doesn't matter. That's the
Girls love guys with 6 eyes, lads. They always have.
Girls love the mystery and the allure to that. It's like I don't know. But
yeah, you hear that, bands? If you're clapped, just pack it in. You know, unless you're a good-looking bloke, it's over. You know,
it's honestly true, as much as we hate to admit it. But and then musically, I think it's so fucking interesting. Again, his vocals are so good. Especially.
It reminds me a bit of, in a somewhat related way, of it's like the band Grin, but like on steroids in some way. Because there is a similar thing. There's a heaviness, there's a darkness, there's an unusual sort of song structure to things, but there's also kind of R&B amazing vocal in there, and a handsome lad fronting it as a band. So I saw there's some similarities there. I think Grinner, they've been quiet for a little while. I think they're working on some things. We'll see what they do next. Yeah.
To add on to that, it's also similar to, what is a band that you guys were raving about for a while and have been? Their most recent song, bro, you did a video for it, Vower. I think he's got a similar soul in his voice to the likes of Vower. It's like a really, really soulful voice is the best thing about him, I think. It's just really interesting to listen to.
A rock singer too, not like your typical metal singer, right? It's got like a grit and distortion.
Yeah. I was pretty much the same. We almost mirrored each other's thoughts without really speaking about it, Burb, from me seeing your video, where I'd seen Rue and Confidence on stream as well. And again, I was kind of like maybe slightly distracted by the video. The video that they did for Rue was really interesting. I don't know if have you watched True Detective, Burb?
Oh yeah, season 1's fucking
So that was obviously all based on that. So that was really, I was kind of like maybe distracted by that. But Rue is one of my favorite songs on the album after going back to it just on the record without the video, because the video is just demanding of your attention because the storyline that's playing out. So yeah, I'd heard the first two, and again I could hear that there was something there, but again I just wasn't convinced by the heavier moments. But hearing it in the context of the album, I thought it was really, really fun, especially for a first album. It's one of those things that, like Steve always mentions it, where your expectations kind of mold based on your perception of the band going in. Like, because this is a first album, I'm like maybe hyping it up in my head more than if it was a band's fifth album. Maybe I'd be looking at it differently. So yeah, it's still really exciting. Again, it's just so sick to have another band to now be like, oh, there's another next album cycle that I can check out and be excited for, you know?
Yeah, and if they double down on like there is a Sleep Token influence, and people get really pissed off with that, but if you go to their profile, they're always like talking about for fans of Sleep Token, for fans of Sleep Token everywhere, so you can't deny it. But like, like even like someone commented on my video saying like they're definitely like trying to like sound like it's Sleep Token a little bit more, because on their old stuff, I guess they were just like a traditional rock band.
Yeah,
but yeah, if they kind of hone in on the sound that's a little bit more progressive, a little bit more weird, and I think there's something special there. Will they be as big as Sleep Token? God no. Sleep Token's a fucking outlier with marketing and just music. It was totally there's not going to be another like Sleep Token. But will they be like a bigger band in the scene? I think so. If they continue with this, I think there's something special with this Asava band for sure.
Very cool.
That's my opinion, though.
Well, perhaps as an interesting segue, speaking of Sleep Token, so I've had a busy week of seeing gigs. We last talked on Friday. I then went to see Marilyn Manson at Wembley Arena. Not related to Sleep Token, but did a good performance there. Like the first time I've actually seen him locked in, sober, seemingly. Like did actually every lyric of every song.
Oh yeah,
every single one, which I've never seen him do. So that's pretty impressive and quite fun. Then on the Sunday, I went to see Thornhill. They did a headline show in London. It was sold out along with Ocean Grove and Bloom. Fucking excellent. They're a great live band. Really enjoyed them. And they did something. I mentioned this in my review thing on my channel, but they did something I've never fucking seen a band ever do before in my life. The support band went on stage. They played 2 songs and then they fucked off. And Thornhill came on stage and played the support band's 3rd song. They did a cover during the support band set of the support band song, and then just handed the guitars and stuff back to the support band. They finished their set, and then did the same thing in the Thornhill set. They walked off stage, and the support band, Ocean Grove, came on and covered a Thornhill song. It was the fucking sickest thing, and the most confusing thing I've ever seen in my life. I was like, what is happening right now? Does the support just get 2 songs? What the fuck?
Yeah.
It was incredible.
It's pretty cool. It's
very, very cool.
It's like the thing I mentioned with the gig I was at last week or whatever. Just like certain stage things, just do something different, so something memorable, live. You know?
Yeah.
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 But the segue I had there, speaking of the Sleep Token thing, I went, and this still does not sound like it's a Sleep Token thing, but I went to see Electric Callboy on Tuesday, which is awesome. So I got to hang out with Tank the Tech very briefly, chatted to him a little bit. He's obviously a busy man because he's tour managing for Electric Callboy. But in the kind of guest bar area, I recognized someone. Not that one. But I recognized one Carl Bown, the producer.
Nice.
Taking Back to Eden. And even in Arcadia. It's like, I have to say hi. I have to.
Nice.
So I went up and introduced myself and said, like, I'm a big fan of your work. And he went, I know exactly who you are. And I was like, oh, fuck. Lovely dude. We just chatted for like 10 minutes. Me and Paul, my brother, were there and we chatted about Eden, about producing, about the scene and bits and pieces. He was a fucking lovely individual. I didn't say at the time, but like, it'd be great. You should come on the Metal Roundup. Let's chat. But I was like, let's just chat.
Yeah,
so maybe if he ends up seeing this, but I'll try and reach out as well. It'd be great to have a chat with him. Really interesting, super fucking down to earth, very human, very passionate about music, kind of individual. It was a good chat. Very cool.
That was a guest that I'd love to have on. So now we have a first point of contact, Steve. So
we're closer.
That's sick. Yeah. Obviously, it makes sense logically with having had George on before. At such a pivotal time as well with Sleep Token, when we had George on, it'd be interesting to get a different perspective. I don't know how much.
I would be shocked if he said anything in detail about Sleep Token because he's with the project currently.
Yeah,
let's get them both on, battle it out.
Yeah. Oh my god, that would be so great.
Let's not have them battle it out. That's not a good idea.
That'd be so good, Steve. Think about the views. Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, that's mad. Like, seeing Electric Callboy live was super fun. Getting to meet Tank the Tech in the real world really fun. But like that moment was like,
yeah, fucking hell,
pretty sick.
That's amazing, man. I need to move over to London. These fucking opportunities are so sick.
Yeah,
it wasn't even in London, was it?
I'm very tired, but it's been fun. And then tomorrow I'm going to see The Offspring.
Oh damn!
At the O2 Arena, that'd be fun.
How many gigs this week? Fucking hell!
I've been doing 6 gigs in the space of 10 days.
Oh my god.
I've been to 6 gigs in the space of 28 years.
I got a few coming up. I think I'm seeing Vower next week. I'm interviewing them, which should be fun.
Nice.
What else? Bad Omens and Bill Murray's coming up. Drew, if you don't see Bill Murray, I will end this podcast.
I'll be there. Don't worry. Do you know who's playing first? The Bill Murray.
It's got to be. I think it's the Ghost Inside, and then Bill Murray.
Okay. I don't know any of their
I
songs.
hope.
I think I've heard one, but it's definitely
Ghost
excited.
Inside are all right. They're well respected, and they put on a good, energetic kind of a performance. Quite emotional, passionate sort of metalcore, hardcore metalcore thing. They're good.
Okay.
Yeah. What
Sounds
else?
good.
Of Mice and Men are playing London soon. I'm hoping to go to that along with Gore.
Oh my god.
Yeah. There's others
London
too.
is so good for shows.
Yeah.
You don't get concert fatigue at all? Because like for me,
No.
I love going to concerts, but at the same time, like I guess since I live outside the city now, but like the drive, the parking, and all the late nights, and I don't know.
They're fucking late nights.
I just get more choosy with the concert sometimes.
Fair enough. I think the problem is like all these concerts I'm like super stoked to go to. I think they're all bands I'm keen on. Who else? Bowling for Soup. That's gonna be fun.
Oh, that's gonna be sweet.
Yeah. Nothing more, maybe? Like there's kind of stacked, and then I'll eventually have a Christmas break and collapse.
Nice.
I think my next concert is Bring Me the Horizon in April.
Jealous.
Well,
that's a ways away.
Yeah, like I'm sure there's other concerts that might pop up, but like that's the one that's for sure I'm going to. But yeah,
I think President are playing in Dublin at some point, but the tickets sold out like instantly. I kind of want to go to that just to go see it live.
Someone watching this, help Drew
Hook
go
your
to see
boy up,
President.
please.
Yeah, do that.
I did have a look at the resale, but it was outrageous
Crazy,
prices.
yeah.
I was like, look, Presidents, it'd be great for the content, but I don't know. So if there's anyone out there selling a reasonably priced ticket, or
Anyone in the President camp.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, the last time we spoke about the beers, you got the
They
beers, Steve.
arrived,
I didn't quite get it.
True.
But I'd love to go to that show. That'd be cool. No one to do a video for. And also, Northlane are playing in Ireland, so I'll finally get to see those.
That's really cool.
Yes.
Yeah, but I think that's not for a while. That's the one thing I love about when bands do play in Ireland. We get like our own little poster because it's so rare. It's like Northlane do like a specific thing for Ireland. I'm like,
Please come.
Yeah, with like the Irish flag and shit. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the Bad Omens one next week. It's always like it's a big deal in the 3 Arena just for, I guess, metalheads, because it's not often there's like a big show. You might get the small shows every now and again, but this is like the big shows, the big leagues. So that'll be fun. We're gonna have a few drinks and enjoy that. So yeah, that's my next one next Friday. So
Nice. Are you going solo? Are you bringing the girlfriend?
going solo, yeah. I think her last run in with Bring Me the Horizon wasn't her favorite thing in the world. So I just said,
Baby steps.
I'll go myself. I actually enjoy the experience of just going in. Usually you might meet someone in there. Every time I've gone myself, I end up just being with someone who I've either been out with a gig before, or someone new that I meet in there that maybe watches the channel, or you're just standing beside them and you just talk to them and you're like, oh, this is sick. So yeah, we'll see. But for now, it's a solo gig. Looking forward to it. I'm trying to get some level of like access in terms of like, I don't really think there's a photo pit in this setup. So I'm trying to get something like that just to maybe have additional access, or bring my camera. But I know for these gigs, it's just the bigger venues are always a nightmare to try and get a camera into. So if not, it'll just be phone footage, but I'll definitely do a video for that, because it's the first night of their whole tour as well. So that'll be a cool video to cover. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Look at it. Look at Drew going to gigs. This is great.
Yeah, all grown up now, all grown up. Don't need a parent with me.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Well, the other big news story that we've been teasing from the start here. There's maybe Burb, you could introduce this one. So, Miss World Chile. What's the setup? What's happened here? We've got the video. We'll watch it for the first time, myself and Drew here. We'll probably edit this for YouTube, but if you're a member of our Patreon, we'll put the full unedited version over there.
Wow, yes. Crazy.
Yeah, I'm just so shocked that you guys didn't check it out on your own time, because it's so cool. It just seen, we've had talent shows before where a singer would do something metal. Villanova, right?
Yes.
Alex did Slipknot, and for Voice of Germany, I think is what it was.
Yeah.
That was so cool.
Yeah, The Voice.
Yeah, and this was just breaking the internet. Like, it wasn't even just metal outlets talking about this. Like, People's Magazine, which is like a popular like tabloid magazine here, was even talking about it. They usually talk about celebrities and stuff, and they were talking about this. But yeah, it's just a beauty pageant, Miss World Chile, and she went up there and did her thing, which was, she's in a band actually called Decessus or Deceasus. I don't know how to. I think it's Decessus. But yeah, she performed one of her songs. I think it's a newer song that's going to be released soon. And it's just insane to see someone dressed up like in an actual beauty pageant ball gown and everything and just do death metal growls. It's like the sickest thing ever. Even my aunt, who doesn't listen to metal at all, she showed me it. Just like, have you seen this? Like, yeah,
Wow.
like I want to talk about it. Like, how cool is that? But yeah, I it's just huge. It's very, very fucking cool.
Okay, we have to see this.
Yeah.
Right, lads, open up the watch party link there. Let me know when you're in. I'll let play. I'll have a little look.
Okay. Watch party. Watch me be fucking 5 seconds ahead now.
It won't matter.
I'll be like, oh my god.
I won't be pressing pause.
Song
Steve,
hasn't
you
even
seen this
started.
shit?
You see this breakdown?
I'm in.
Okay, you both in?
Unmute. Hold on, let me unmute. Okay, I'm in. Here to me. All right.
And?
Super honest here. This is shit.
Go! Okay, so the spoken word so far?
What the fuck? Seeing her all dressed up like that.
That's good. Different frequencies happening.
Oh my god.
Man. That crowd must be like, what the fuck just happened?
I wish we saw the reactions. I wish it cut to them and going like or something. But yeah,
They're just like, oh, I guess we clap now.
I'm assuming was there a live band there apart from the guitarist? Were they off
I bet the
screen or
guitarist was probably miming along. Like, I bet that's track
because
and
there
her
was like
vocal.
the bass guitar, and I was like, wait,
They're not set up for that.
yeah.
yeah, and even like the vocals, like she sounds great, but still there's something like missing effects wise on the mic or something to really power.
It
those
sounds,
vocals.
yeah, it sounds pretty raw, and therefore,
Yeah, it sounds raw.
you know,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
kind of impressive.
exactly.
Yeah.
And like, not for nothing, she is stunning.
Yeah.
Like the visual of like a beauty pageant sort of attire with that. I love the combination that's just so unexpected. We've just not seen it before. It's fucking awesome.
It's so
And
cool.
the fact that this is even remotely happening, this is something that's happening in metal more and more. And I think it's fan fucking tastic. Like more people, irrespective of what you're into. It's not just a bunch of fucking middle-aged men with beards and long hair, that are into metal. You know, this is great. Get more people into this music that we love. We love this not on just like a group identity level. It's like it's an emotional thing.
Yeah.
And like every human being could tap into the kind of emotions you can get from scream vocals.
Yeah.
And this is sick.
And
It's awesome.
she's legit too. Her band has played with Ginger and stuff like that too. And Epica.
Nice.
Yeah.
Pretty sick. So she won, right? So she won from your understanding, she won in Chile, and then she's going on.
I don't want to exactly say that because I don't know what happens after, but yeah, she definitely won the competition. And it's funny because like someone did comment on the video, like just in case people were wondering who's like, you know, the most attractive female singer in metal, like now this is like objectively the winner. Like even though it shouldn't be a competition, I thought it was just kind of
It's not.
comment. I thought it was just a funny comment. Like, well, you're right.
Beauty
she did
is
win
in the
Miss
eye
World.
of
I'm like,
the beholder.
That is a pretty fucking big title.
I'm so fucking for this. It's just generally like it's great. And like even the band Gore, they've got merch. I think it says like "Hot Girls Love Riffs" or something. Like this is great. Let's fucking have everyone enjoy metal music, man.
Yeah, I think the internet has definitely helped a lot with that in, I guess, breaking down those barriers of you know, what the stereotypical metalhead is. You know, because before when people just didn't have access to that, the stereotype was, like you said, Steve, the middle-aged man with the beard. So, you know, now you can literally see on the internet, you can just pick up your phone and be like, oh, who's this like attractive woman singing on this beauty pageant? And it's like, oh, I can do that as a, you know, younger girl maybe watching her, picking up her phone and being like, oh, I can do that. So it's just that accessibility, seeing Courtney LaPlante, seeing Poppy, which we can get onto as well. That was a fucking unbelievable segue. I should have shifted right there. But yeah, you know, Amy Lee, all these, you know, massive role models in the space. And not even just the women, like obviously just the stereotypical metalhead has somewhat evolved. Now the elitists are always going to disagree. They're like, oh, that's not metal what you're listening to anyway. So
One of the coolest things is like I haven't seen any hate for this. Like everyone is celebrating. Like what negative thing can you say?
Sir. There's hate everywhere.
I know, right? Maybe I haven't looked into the YouTube comments too much, but yeah.
Yeah, oh, trust me. Yeah, there's one. I haven't seen it, but I know.
Actually, wait, no, I think I did see a comment or something. Yeah,
there
yeah.
No, I've been around the block.
Some people being cynical about it and stuff, but overall the majority of people are just celebrating this because it's so cool, and it's the complete opposite of like what you're saying, like the stereotype of what metal is, and it's changing, it's evolving. I think this is a massive milestone in that, and it's cool because like it's like she's doing like band promotion, she's showing off her band, and it's really cool. But there's even the bigger picture, which is like, changing people's perception of what metal is, and especially for women. I think it's really, really fucking cool, and it's honestly hilarious. Like I find it so funny just to hear that, and while she's in her ball gown and everything.
Yeah, the juxtaposition is pretty wild because metal is perceived to be kind of like, you know, filthy, grungy, etc. And you got this very like clean look to them. I think that's an excellent sort of dynamic. And like metal, as we're saying, it's for everyone. It's not even just like if you're a hot girl at the same time as whatever. It's like the metal we're getting from everywhere in the world that hasn't necessarily traditionally had it in their kind of music is doing fucking great things. I'm thinking bands like, you know, Bloodywood, for example, doing amazing new things of metal from their cultural heritage. It's sick as fuck. Yeah. And they get Gojira, the Olympics, like the normalization of scream vocals for the world is a very new thing that isn't just going like, aren't they weird? It's like, isn't that good? Is the subtext of all of this? It's like, that is a worthy talent. Because especially with this person performing the scream vocals at this Miss World competition, you could very well expect the audience there to be like, oh yes, wasn't that strange and wild? We're not going to vote for her because it's weird, but like, you know, well done you. And then they go more to, but the fact that she won is a great indication of like, actually, maybe people enjoyed it.
Can I play devil's advocate here?
Do.
I think it's obviously a massive spectacle, and obviously, like you said, Steve, the juxtaposition of an extremely attractive female doing these monstrous noises is always going to do well in terms of virality. Musically, pretty buns, I'm not going to lie, not my thing at all. So I'm listening to it and I'm like, this is pretty ass. But I understand why something like that would win in a talent show that I'm assuming is normally, you know, operatic vocals and shit. Steve, go.
What is the aspect of it? What is the aspect of it? Is it the song, the music, or is it the kind of vocals?
I am not into those vocals whatsoever. Okay. Nothing to do with gender. If it was a man up on stage, I'm like, it's never really my thing. Like it didn't do anything to interest me. But like again, you know, it's not going viral because of the music, in my opinion. You know? I
get your point. Yeah, the music itself is not my style of metal, as I mentioned when we were checking it out. But I think similar to your chat earlier about like if it's a band's debut album, for example, I don't know how many albums she's done, etc. But like it is a different ball game. So if there's someone that's doing scream vocals at a Miss World competition early stage in Chile, I'm like, great, she's done well. Yeah, for, you know, it's not like she's gone there and been like, actually, this is actual ass and not very good scream vocals. I thought it was fine. I thought she just very
obviously I am listening through a fucking toaster here as well. I'm watching through like a watch party, so it's not doing it. If I heard it in the studio, it's still musically not my thing. I don't need it to be good quality to know musically that it's not my thing. But
as someone who likes death metal, I think this is cool. Obviously the production of it is not the greatest. Like it's not going to be like how it is recorded. And also like we were just talking about, the mic doesn't have any effects. It sounds very raw. So yeah, but like I think instrumentally or something, I like how it's not like your traditional fast-paced death metal with like blast beats and stuff. But I get the impression that they're a progressive death metal band, and there's a lot of cool bands in that regard. But I get it, the monster, Cookie Monster kind of vocals is not everybody's thing. But I don't know. I've listened to a lot of Necrophagists back in the day, and they're fucking sick. So I've learned to appreciate the. It's more about the rhythm or something instead of like the lyrics or something. Like especially in deathcore too, I find a lot of deathcore vocalists are almost like part of the percussion rather than like focusing around the lyrics and like the vocal delivery. It's almost like it helps the momentum of the music.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yes.
I get it. Like if you're going by that example where you're like, da, 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 yeah, I get it. If they're like following the kick pattern or something, it's like,
I get it. Still hate
then
it.
yeah.
I think you're right. I think I find the rhythmic element of those vocals generally quite uninteresting. They tend to be on the downbeats, which I'm like, okay, that's all right. But sometimes that's what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, it's a cool spectacle. I'm glad we checked it out. It is a cool spectacle. It was worth looking into. But I'm not like running to Spotify to find this band's.
But I think that, but I don't think that's not because it's not good. I think it's because that's not our taste.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That was fine for what that was.
Sure. When I say it's buns, I don't mean objectively. It's just, it's for me. Well,
you're just thinking about ass and buns. I got you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm just speaking TikTok language, to be honest.
I want to hear the music now, so I'll be the outlier. But yeah,
there you go. This is the beauty of the thing. Like there's different tastes in here. Perhaps then, as your segue you alluded to earlier, then Drew, you've previously been somewhat critical of Poppy and her place within the metal sphere. I've not heard the most recent song. I don't know if that's changing anything, but she has released a new song. Have you heard it? I assume you have.
Yeah, I just checked out the new one and also the one that she did previously, Unravel. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not doing a fucking 180 on Poppy here, but I enjoyed the latest song. Maybe not, probably one of my favorites from her current 2 singles on this next album rollout and then the previous album as well.
Wow.
Mainly to do with like the rhythms and the like panic chords, all the dissonance and stuff. I'm trying not to spoil it here for you, Steve, so I'll try and walk around it, but it's a Poppy song. I mean, you're not expecting revolutionary stuff, I would imagine. But yeah, it's again, my main thing, the talking point was the fish fingering, as you would say, Steve, famously. The Jordan Fishification of her music. I just felt like her last album sounded a lot like all of the other bands that Jordan Fish has previously worked with. So it was hard for me to like really identify Poppy, like what she is, other than a really unique vocalist. I think intrinsically she's really unique just by how unique her vocal delivery is. But instrumentally and musically, it just feels like this is being built around her and hoping that she can just be unique enough from a vocal standpoint, which is probably most bands and how a lot of bands would function. Like vocalists make us unique because there's only a certain amount of chords and notes we can hit. But I felt like this one was fun though. Like, I mean, it didn't recreate the wheel. It still is very Jordan Fish-esque. It's relatively straightforward, which again, we've had this conversation multiple times. It's not a problem that it's like generic or octane core. But I do think she has quite a lot of potential, which is why it's kind of disappointing sometimes to hear it be so generic, because you heard her on the likes of like a reggaeton hardcore song with Knock Loose.
Fuck,
and then a really fun like electronic progressive song like she did with Van and Bad Omens. They were really cool songs, I thought, but I feel like by herself it just comes across as too much like a Jordan Fish project that she just happens to be involved with. So I thought this one was instrumentally more interesting than the other songs, just because I love the groove in it. Again, the panic chords, just to kind of accent everything that was going on. And it was better, I thought. I didn't love the other one, the first one. What was that called?
Yeah, Unravel, I think you mentioned.
Yeah.
I did check it out on Twitch. I didn't make a standalone video for it because I didn't think it was interesting enough to warrant one. I thought it was grand. It was. I think I maybe give it a solid, but it wasn't particularly notable, I think, as a song.
Yeah. And yeah, I think it's because I know how unique, when she gets into her bag, we've heard it in multiple different songs, when she's in that like Poppy bag, she is so unique. So hearing her do a song like that, which is fine, it's like an album filler song, but when it's being released as a single, I'm like, oh, this could be so cool. But again, I don't think, with how eclectic my tastes can be, I don't think I'm necessarily the target audience. I do like really generic stuff as well, but I think, it's a bit of a wider net they're casting with her music, as opposed to like, let's really go into how niche you can be with your vocal deliveries and shit,
Yeah, but I mean, having listened to her music for many years, she's already done that wild niche shit.
Yeah.
So actually, like, if you went back in time and listened to all of like I Disagree, you'd be like, oh man, she's fucking way out there. So she's kind of established, to those who've heard that, her very creative and out there experimental trends, and now perhaps she's experimenting with a more in between, because actually after she went mad metal progressive, she then went to a sort of simpler punk-ish hard rock thing for a little bit, and then has got into like the more hardcore scream vocals and heavier stuff. But you're finding that in between ground of it's heavy, but it's also understandable by the masses. It's a sort of bridge that she's finding herself in, probably intentionally.
Yeah, that's where I hold my hands up. Like, I haven't heard the back catalogue, so maybe that's the missing piece of the puzzle, just from my understanding of it. But I mean, look, it's on the up. The last album wasn't that bad. I just seen so much hype for it, and then I listened to it, and I was like, okay, we need to chill out here. There's way more interesting albums going on. But look, it does, like you said, blend the very surface level heaviness with fun pop production and just catchy melodies. It's kind of hard to really go too deep and like hating on it. But yeah.
Herb?
Yeah. Well, I was just going to say, like, there was hype too with the song. People were commenting for me to check it out and stuff. Like, I saw a few comments on my YouTube channel, and I'm like, okay, like, the song came out, I don't have anything to do tonight. I'm like, sure, I'll film it, because like, it sounds like this is going to be a really cool song. I listened to it, and then my review is just like, oh yeah, this is a fun track, but it's not my thing. And essentially, because like, I've listened to this music for way too fucking long, that stuff like this doesn't really excite me that much, unless it's like a really good chorus, and the chorus was fine. Unless it's a really good breakdown or something, and like, everything about the song was just solid. Like, yeah, like Drew, I thought the groove was great groove. Even music video, like the music video is like a little cookie cutter too. The visuals, I'm like, there's no story here. Like, there's like, just like, it feels so generic on all fronts. And like, I didn't want to really say that in my review, because I'm not here to like shit on the bands either. Like, I understand its value in the scene, and it's definitely there to get onto like Octane Radio and radio airplay. Like, it's a solid track for like the more digestible modern metal song. But I think after being spoiled with like stuff like Via Nova and all these other bands that are absolutely crushing Unprocessed, like, this doesn't really excite me. But it's really cool, and like, I'm sure as a Poppy fan, I think that's really cool to hear like another metal song from her with a good chorus that you might like. But yeah, it's just fine. It's a fine track.
It's a 43 is what you're saying, Burb. It's a 43 rating.
Yeah, 43
for Spirit Box.
It's funny because that song has Circle With Me vibes too. And
oh, does it? I'm so in. I've not heard it yet. I'm excited.
Yeah. I'm like, this is like a Circle With Me track. Nah, I'm good.
Fucking hell, man.
It has the the centers falling out, that song from our last album, with the like dissonance kind of that kind of groove. It has like a loads like that panic chords kind of thing going on, which is really fun.
Panic chords were sweet. Yeah, the guitars were definitely the highlight for me.
Yeah, I'm so simple when it comes to that. Like, if you just give it like a decent melody or like a fun groove pattern that isn't just dun dun dun, open no, open no, open no. If there's like something accenting it, like a panic chord, I'm in. It's very easy. Like, I'm actually very easy to please. I know I come across as someone who's quite hard to please, but I really am when you boil it down.
Oh, you need some old school metalcore. It's all about the panic chords.
I can't do it though. I can't. I do need an element of like modern production just to bring it to life a little bit more.
I love that you have to know your own buttons. Like, Drew apparently resist the panic chord moments. For me, it's like, it's so fucking simple, and I'm so basic. But if you throw in an offbeat hi hat, I'm yours.
Yeah, that's cool. Those are intricacies that I don't pay attention to.
It's fucking sick.
It is funny though how it's like you pay attention to your instruments that you're kind of, I wouldn't even know what that is. I'm like, what are you talking about, Steve? I would never.
It's all about the guitar, and how the song is like written. Because I used to write a lot of songs on like Guitar Pro back in the day. Like, have you used Guitar Pro, Steve or Drew?
No. I've used it, but not for writing.
Oh, I used to write a lot of shit on it. So like, I always like love looking at tabs and how songs are constructed, and I think that's why I talk about structures so much too. But yeah, that's what I like kind of pay attention to musically.
Yeah. But new album coming out. Kind of a quick turnaround, so that'll be a fun one to.
Yeah, that's fucking insane. Because her last album was like a few months ago.
Yeah. Maybe not a few months ago.
Wasn't it like late 2024?
Yeah, it was like a year ago. That's why my title was like new poppy music already. Like, seems kind of sudden. Yes. Like Amy Lee collab, fucking Bad Omen stuff too. She and like the tours, like she's been grinding.
Oh yeah. She's fully connected in and doing great things.
Yeah. Good shit.
Yeah, and just like the last thing, like it's just kind of like recircling a lot of the same things I was saying, but like, yeah, Jordan Fish, like I'm not crazy about his songwriting style too much, but he definitely knows how to write a fucking hit. And at the end of it, it's really cool that he's bringing more people to metal, even if it's not my go-to kind of metal. I think he's doing some really awesome things for the overall scene.
Yeah, I think that's a fair, open-minded analysis of that. Yeah, I like his songwriting. I think I generally find if he's involved in the song, I tend to like it a bit more, even if I don't know it. I'm like, I dig it. He's got some vocal production things he does here and there that I'm like, that's maybe overused, but generally, I think he does a pretty decent job. But yeah, you can't deny that he is doing great things for what is really important to fuel the scene, which is like finding ways to bridge the gap between the distorted world that we love with people that might be curious about it and bring them in, which is
exactly
awesome.
Yeah.
That was maybe it'd be interesting to get your point on this, but that was a really interesting point that I was thinking about when I was listening to it, and after the fact I was mainly talking about Jordan Fish, where it's funny in maybe I don't know if it's a metal thing specifically, maybe it's in other subgenres, maybe people in the comments can let us know if it is, you know, exclusive to metal, but it seems that when producers get really popular in this space and they start to work with other bands, and then naturally bands start to have some of the same tropes, people like turn on the producer, and I've been guilty of this as well. And it's like they're so good at what they do that people start to turn on them. Again, this is probably the same like niche conversation that we had before, where maybe we just notice this a lot more. Most people, 99.9% of people, are probably obsessed with Jordan Fish. But obviously, I see a lot of the like, oh, this is just Jordan Fish core now. Same with Buster Out-of-Home, where Buster was like the man until everyone started to use him. And now it's like, sick of this Buster core. It's like when you get to a certain level, people just start to get sick of you for being involved in so many projects. Thoughts?
You're not allowed to have success.
Yeah.
that's one of the things. But yeah, you're right. I guess, I don't really know about the mindset, but I do see that in the scene. I think you're right. But what's interesting is producers vary quite a lot. Some happen to come across this kind of signature sound that is theirs. And when it's so unique, it tends to stand out. And that's what launches a particular band, for example. If you think of like George Lever and Sleep Token, like that was out there in the darkness. That had Sleep Token did successfully massive things. And now you can kind of notice George's fingers and other things because of how much that stood out and how much we focused on that sound. You then notice that. Same thing, I think, for Jordan Fish. One that I find is interesting is Landon Tours, who I interviewed last week.
Ooh.
I don't hear as much in the things that he's worked on. I don't hear the Landon Tours of it. What I've noticed is that I hear some songs by some other bands that I go, this band has been on my radar for a bit. I won't mention them. They've been decent, but not amazing, but like pretty all right, doing fine. I've seen them live, and the recordings are fine. They released a new song a few months ago, and I was like, they've cracked it. They fucking figured out their songwriting. They've got a whole new level. This song's fucking brilliant. This is super exciting. I'm like in on this band. I'm going to check out everything they do. This is fucking sick. And later on, I discovered that Landon Tours was one of the songwriters. And I was just like, oh, there it is. I'm worried that the band won't be able to just do that on their own. They might need Landon to help them finesse that. But it didn't sound like Landon was involved when I heard the track. And so this song just fucking works in a new way that's kind of exciting and satisfying. So I think that's the ultimate gift I would hope that producers going to find is you're kind of invisible, but bring out the best of the artist. But I've sort of like, there's another band as well. I can't think of who they are now, but where like the songwriting goes up a notch. I'm like, oh man, they've really found a new gear. And it's like, oh, it's the producer has actually helped them in that fashion, which is interesting.
Yeah. I haven't heard enough of Landon's producing to really figure out his style, other than it's probably going to have a really good vocalist. I feel like most of the projects that he works on, like whether it's like helping invent Animate 2, just like he's got a knack for helping vocalists really come through.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And I don't know how much of that is helping what is already a great vocalist, or whether he's able to find the right way to mix and produce it so it shines in the right ways. But like, yeah, I think you'd be very hard pushed to find something that Landon has produced where the vocals sound weak. Like, I don't think I've ever heard that.
Yeah.
I don't know whether that's the vocalist's talent or that's his producing style.
I think you maybe notice it more. I can't say this as an exclusive rule, but just thinking out loud, I think you might notice it more when the band or the song itself isn't as interesting, or if they don't have a really like amazing part of the band without the producer being involved. that is there to kind of pay attention to. Like, for example, Save Us. They've been working with Landon Tours, who we've been talking
Which I
about.
get. That was the other band. I didn't clock it. I just thought they fucking got up to a new level. This is amazing. It's not the other band I was talking about, but like, this is fucking great. And you go, I'm sure Landon has helped that song become as brilliant as I think it is. But also, by the way, this is fucking subjective. Like, some people might prefer it a different way, whatever. But like, it turns out I really like his style of shaping songs.
Sure. Yeah, I think it may be, like, for example, with Miguel, who's the vocalist of Save Us, I think maybe there's a genius in that as well with being a producer. I'm assuming with Landon, where he understands what his place is as a producer. And he can see, I don't need to do much when we've got a vocalist this good. There's no need to have all of this, extra spicy bits here and there to bring this to life, because all we need to get is him singing. So maybe with other bands that exist that are using some like popular producers, if they don't have like one thing that is strong enough, I think that's when you start to notice the production elements more, because you're not grabbing onto something as prominent as Miguel, for example, where he's like, it doesn't matter what's going on from a production standpoint to me. His voice is so captivating. I'm like, I'm in. Yeah, there might be some digital things going on in the background that the production is adding to, but I'm not solely focused on that. But if you get like a smaller band that's using a bigger producer, and you're starting to notice all these little details, and you're like, oh, that's him, because maybe the song itself isn't as captivating.
I think you're probably right. I think, if they're trying to save a song, they might have signature kind of, I won't say crutches, but like, effects or things they know to use that leaks out their own voice within. You're like, oh, that sounds similar to this other thing, to kind of save it, make it work. What Landon was telling me when I was chatting to him is that often, because I was asking about this, like, how do you not inject your own voice into someone else's creative project? And it's like, usually it's the band's decision. So some bands are coming to me and be like, we understand our sound. We know what we want. We want you to kind of help some finesse, but really we want to protect what we have. And others will basically say, we're happy for you to fucking take the reins on this and lead this completely, and we'll just come along for the ride. Some of it's like 50-50. He's like, they guide it, and I try and be what they need me to be as a producer in the moment. So it might not be as much their insistence as it is what the band is asking them to do.
Yeah, case by case thing.
Yeah. Interesting. You'd wonder if there's like a percentage of bands that make it really big that are the bands that want full creative control and just want a producer there to tighten things up, as opposed to the bands that just go, you do everything. You'd wonder what percentage of those bands will go on to do amazing things.
Well, as an example that he mentioned was Invent Animate, who are, they're doing great. They're fucking big. They're much loved in the scene, but they're not like a big band a la Bad Omens, etc. And he's like, they, as an example, know what they want. Their view is pretty concrete, and he's there to like try and help. And he'll put some ideas, and it might take a lot to encourage them to try some different things, because they want to be more protective of their sound. So like that's an example of that. It depends on the band's intention, perhaps, what they want to do sonically, as to how much they want to have their own voice in it, perhaps. But I'm sure cynically there'll be some artists like, let's work with Landon. He'll help us make a hit. And you know what? Jesus, take the wheel, Landon. Let's just fucking you do it, and we'll just ride it to a hopeful hit song, which is a different thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that was well covered.
Yeah,
good shit. Good shit.
Drew's like, I'm done.
I was like waiting to kind of talk, but then it's kind of like past now. But I guess Buster Odholm, like going back to him, it's funny because like, yeah, there are people like, oh, this is another Buster Odholm project. But it's funny because like he recently did Northlane, the remix with Node. And I remember going into that, I'm like, okay, I'm excited to hear Northlane sounding like Humanity's Last Breath kind of production. And then listening to some of the songs, I'm like, oh, I didn't get that. It's like one of the few times where, because like I hear a lot of Buster production and like a lot of similar fall sounding ideas. And then the one time like I really wanted it, I felt like it wasn't there with Northlane. And it's probably what you were just saying, Steve, about like how Northlane went in there, like we want to protect the sound, but maybe we want to make the snare sound like this or something. So because they re-recorded their album from like 20 something in the 2010s. Yeah, I thought that was just kind of interesting. And another producer that we kind of, I think is fucking outstanding that we didn't shout out is Will Putney. I think his style is like so prevalent in the scene. And I'm trying to think of some of the albums that he's worked on, but like whether it's like Fit for Autopsy and stuff.
He
but
did that Node album. He produced that.
It's kind of crazy now they're working with Buster, but I think Will Putney is definitely one of the best producers who also has like a style, but he doesn't overshadow the project. Like you can tell it, like I think this is Will Putney mix, but like
I don't have that dialed in myself. I wouldn't be able to tell as yet. I haven't heard enough.
I think that's one of my favorite things about Will Putney is that the bands still sound like the bands, but maybe the drums just have that extra crisp.
Yeah, I think to your point, Bert, what you were saying, I think like the only reason I know this is because I was delving into it, I guess. But what you saying with like Buster being involved with Nodes, he didn't reproduce the album, so the album was produced by Will Putney, and he reamped it, remastered it, and remixed it. So it's technically the still same production, but it's his tones essentially. So the drum mix and everything is more bustered out, if that makes sense. But the production elements, like all of the soundscapes and stuff, aren't going to be like HLB, for example.
I thought they re-recorded the album.
I'd heard
Marcus re-recorded his vocals.
So it's just the
album.
vocals.
It's like a reamped. That's why it's like reloaded. It's Node reloaded.
So it's the same essential stems, just
exactly.
Like
His Buster's like reamped the guitars to make them sound bigger, I guess, and he's probably redone the drums to make them sound like Buster's drum mix. But like the production, it will sound the same. Like he's not going to add in all of his like tremolo effects and shit that he's very known for, I suppose.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that explains it. Okay.
Yeah. I listened to that album as well. It was actually kind of interesting because that was like one of the last Northlane albums I hadn't checked out, so it was good timing, but I didn't love it. I don't like Northlane's older stuff as much as I like their newer stuff, you know.
So you don't like Rot? Don't let the world.
That's a song, right? That's not.
That's
just
a fucking banger.
Yeah, I think I did like that one. Which album is that off?
Node.
Oh, well, geez, I was thinking it was another album. I liked it. I have Obelisk, Node, Rot, and Impulse, and Ra. Adage or Ra, whatever you call it.
Yeah, Rot is sick. That was actually Marcus. His first song with the band. Yeah, it was so good.
Oh, that was the one they released as the first single back, right?
Yeah,
to like announce it. Yeah, I didn't like it on the first listen, but in the album I thought it was better. But yeah, to me, Northlane's newer stuff. See, it's a lot to do with like I think the first album that you listen to with the band. Like mine was Obsidian, so I kind of crave that sound and that creativity that they have, or that experimentation. So that going back, it gets less and less like that.
Wow.
So
Obsidian was your first album. That's crazy because I know how much you love Northlane. What about you? But you love Alien, right?
Alien was great as well. That was my second one, and then I did like Is it the Singularity?
Oh, you did Singularity.
I've done all of them apart from their first one and Node. So now finished Node. I just have their first one, Discoveries. Is that the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't done that. I don't plan on doing it because I'm just like, the further we go away from their current era, I'm like, no, I'm like, yeah, it's less interesting to me. But maybe one day, we'll see. Maybe we'll go back one day.
Well, what do you think of Singularity? Because that was with the old vocalist.
That was a while back.
Oh, okay.
Which is probably telling that I don't remember much of it.
Yeah.
Not really my style. I just feel like they lose what makes them Northlane to me in my head with this like electronic blend and this really experimental clash of worlds. Mm-hmm. I feel like the further they go back, they just start to sound like every other metalcore band from that era. They kind of start to sound like older Invent Animate to me. Like it reminds me a lot of that.
That's the thing. I've always said Invent Animate sounds like Northlane. It just sounds like old Northlane. And people got mad at me. I'm just like, I've listened to old Northlane because that's the thing. Old Northlane they were innovators, just like how they are innovators now. It's just two different sounds, but for the time, they were doing some really cool things in like prog metalcore.
Yeah, I was thinking they were kind of like Monuments-esque as well.
Yep, that's a fair show. Yeah, I think there's a lot more like open notes and groove in Northlane, where like Monuments is a lot more riff focus.
Yeah, Monuments is very techy as well. I wanted to bring up a point as well. I think this would be a fun topic of conversation. You know the way we spoke about the Grammys, right? We didn't actually speak about the Grammys, did we? Or
not today.
Video. No. We didn't speak about.
Yeah, we didn't talk about the Grammys.
Yeah, we didn't because we did Friday last week. I was going to talk about the snubs for the Grammys, which I thought deserved a nomination, which is the Falling in Reverse song, God is a Weapon. I thought that should have. He's about looking at me very confused there. I'm like, is this even should that have been considered?
I would be shocked if Marilyn Manson's feature didn't make that not.
And Ronnie Radke, I think they probably take that stuff into consideration.
They probably swerve that as a thing to avoid. But it's an incredible fucking song.
Yeah, but isn't that what a snub is, though? Right? That is like.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
No, it makes sense. Like I know,
So that's probably the
I'm
reason.
not surprised that they wouldn't have been picked because of their names. But if I'm looking at the songs that were on it, great picks. Don't get me wrong. Like this year was actually like
better than normal.
Yeah. So
no Metallica
when I look
or
back
anything.
at it, yeah, God's Weapons, just one of those. It's a sick song. I know all the hate she gets, but it's a fucking great song.
They're getting some flack from the metal community because like for like best metal song, I think it was that category. They had Sleep Token, and then they had Turnstile too. And like Turnstile's not metal. I'm like, that's a fair point. They're not a metal band, so why are they in this category?
Are Sleep Token a metal band? Like, is there any metal bands in it? Yeah.
Sleep Token's definitely way more metal than Turnstile, though.
Yeah.
Dude, it's a funny, stupid conversation.
It is.
We did our conversation, I think, about metal. There's some clip that we had on Instagram or TikTok, and someone's like, other than Metallica, none of those bands are metal. And like, objectively, other bands in that are metal. I mean, not including like Sleep Token and the rest, but like, there's actual fucking metal bands. So it depends on who you are and what you see metal as. And it's like, it's fucking fine. You can have your opinion, what you think metal is or isn't. It doesn't matter. No one has to agree with your definition of metal. It's fucking fine.
And Metallica is soft by today's standards too.
Just saying. So much. So soft by. No.
Oh yeah, for sure.
People like it. There are certain people in the real world outside of the metal universe where they were like, what do you like listening to? I was like, I like to listen to metal bands. Like, oh, cool. Like AC/DC? I'm like, sure.
Sure.
Like Iron Maiden? Yep. Iron Maiden. They're very metal. They're hard rock, sir.
Yeah. Guns N' Roses, my favorite bands.
Oh, you can't wait to see them, eh?
Come on. Let's go. I've heard Axl's in his prime.
Best rock album? Deftones is in there.
Private Music.
That's cool. I can get behind that.
Yeah.
They're actually like decent. I wasn't upset with the
Spirit Box is in there. Ghost is in there. Okay.
Spirit Box getting nominated 3 times now.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's some big shit, man.
Yeah,
very
that's
cool.
Good for them.
They gotta win it eventually. Surely they just gotta give them the sympathy one at this point to be like, look, we can't keep calling these up here to lose. Let's
go
just
home.
Give
Come
them
on.
3 times though. Fuck. What was they had Jade? No.
Jaded
was the first one, right?
Yeah.
And then last year,
I think it was Soft Spine. Last year,
was it something else?
I think this year is like the performance of Soft Spine.
Jada was last year, and then the year before that was something else. It could have been Circle With Me, guys.
No, it wasn't.
No.
I would have known because the song's so fucking good.
People are screaming at us right now. Spirit Box Grammy nominations. Like, sure, I can find this very quick. Oh, Jaded 2024, Cellar Door 2025.
Cellar Door.
Soft Spine 2020. Cellar Door was nominated. Okay. Soft Spine is this current.
But I think it's under performance, so I think it's the live performance of that.
Just have the generic response here. I don't know what the category is.
I'm trying to figure out the timing. I didn't get the answer, but like Knock Loose seemed like it got snubbed unless it was in 2025. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
They were nominated last year for Suffocate and they didn't win, which is a shame.
But it was the live performance you were talking about, right?
That's what I mean, like
Jimmy Kimmel
performance,
yeah.
Because that was a huge one that I got snubbed.
Yeah. What do you think about this? Sleep Token got Emergence, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's the title, thumbnail. Perfect. Cheers, Steve. Just had to
Best metal performance, Emergence, Sleep Token. That's one of my favorite songs on the album still. I think Emergence is a fucking banger.
It's a good song.
It's good.
It's not one I've gone back to. Maybe because it came out first, I rinsed it so much in the single rollout. I'm just not arsed about it anymore. But
the drops in that, going to the hip hop beat, fucking thing, and then the full band, it's like, ah.
What does performance mean though in this context?
I don't know because this isn't live. I don't
understand.
I don't get it either. Like it doesn't.
Although actually, this is where Soft Spine by Spirit Box is mentioned.
Yeah, because that was performed live, so that makes sense. It's a performance.
So is it Sleep Token Emergence from like
download? Did they play it? Yeah, that was their.
They did play it.
Why does this band have such like bad quality live videos? Why is it so hard to find a good live video of Sleep Token?
Sleep Token.
They don't do official live videos. That's the reason. It's all fucking people in the crowd.
Why is that though? It seems like it's deliberate.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I think there's probably an element of if you want to hear it in its full capacity, come see it live, as opposed to like.
Yeah, I think you nailed it.
Yeah. But also, like, there's some countries in the world that are just never going to get that opportunity. So I do see merit in doing it.
Definitely filmed shit and recorded it at high quality for the purpose of eventually releasing this as like the high quality live performances. There's no doubt they've fucking done that. They'd be idiots not to. I bet that's the case of like, they're also reiterating this thing of like nothing lasts forever. There will be an end point for Sleep Token. And after that point, they'll probably release all kinds of interesting shit. Yeah. Like, for sure.
So
maybe not Netflix, I don't know. But like, they'll be releasing things like full live concerts, HD for $10.99, whatever the fuck. Like, I'm sure that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
They post on their social media, like good footage, on their Instagram and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen visuals of like a photographer or something like that, or a videographer who I'm guessing works with
Adam Rossi, always.
That's him, yeah.
No,
Rossi,
I know what you're talking about, but this was specifically, it was someone else that had like this really
they did that
like 4K quality of like them performing, and people were commenting on it like, is this going to be released? Because this is like the best footage I've ever seen. And he was like, oh, this is just for like short form or whatever. So I was like, oh, so it does exist.
Yeah, they just can't put it out.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm buying whatever documentary it is in the future. It'd be so sick to see them like in these small clubs to absolutely taking on the world.
Yeah.
Narration from who though? Is it going to be Vessel in like a Darth Vader voice?
It's going to be us, lads.
Yes.
They're going to hire us.
Oh my god, I'd love to do that.
It'd be the most hilarious, not safe for work. Fucking...
Yeah, the Dutch and us gooning over the band too.
Yeah, just
we're on the bottom of the list.
Noises for the whole thing.
You didn't have to say that. You didn't have to say that.
Burp said gooning. I was like, I gotta add to it.
That was barely okay. Well,
yeah. Well, there goes that gig.
We never had that gig. Let's be fucking clear.
Yeah.
Well, what a wonderful way to end this conversation, lads. It's been a joy.
Yeah. Can I just say that Ireland did, in fact, beat Portugal 2-0. I've just got confirmation. Ronaldo got sent off as well. We're fucking going to the World Cup. Well, not officially yet. But yeah, well, let's chill out.
That's fucking amazing.
Yeah, I had to turn off my second screen because I wanted to focus on the podcast. So I've just checked it there, and let's fucking go.
Happy days.
Anyways.
Good shit. Well, thank you for enjoying our conversation. Hopefully you did indeed. We are available for extra content stuff on Patreon. There's all kinds of bonus episodes there. And we have a Discord. We can chat to us about the music scene during the week. And you can join on YouTube as a member and get access to all the bonus content as well. Burb, do you have time? This has went a little bit later than you had hoped. So I don't know if we can do a bonus today. You let me know.
We got 10 minutes.
10 minutes is not enough for a bonus episode, is it?
We got 15 minutes.
Let's do 15-20, yeah. Let's crush it right now.
If you want to find out what we talk about in just a moment, join on the YouTube membership or on Patreon. Thank you for checking out this conversation. Do subscribe to this podcast if you haven't already. What are you doing? It's free to subscribe. Come on. And we'll catch you again very soon.
Cheers.
Peace.